Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Here's Jackson to throw. This is caught. It's Brown. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 35 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Jackson. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure. And it's 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. To try again after the sack. Jackson under pressure, and they got to him again. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. They'll make that a 2nd sack here in their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by David Long. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open. I think the quarterback spotted him too late, and that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
On 2nd and inches, Mayfield. That's to the right side and complete to the Joker. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Well, tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards.
And he takes this one in for a Browns score. Nick Chubb, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this is caught in the end zone. So how about that for a statement? They get 2 instead of 1 on the fake. And it's an 8-0 ball game. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Yeah, they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week, and you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Jackson on the give to Dobbins.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
And it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete, and now 2nd down. Mayfield off the play fake. He's going to have to hook up the shorts. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Mayfield on play action. Steps away. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3. Going to the air again with Mayfield. He'll find Schwartz, complete right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble. Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Foyesade and the Hurricane. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Myles Garrett able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
I don't know about you, but if I'm the offensive line coach right now, I'm having an absolute fit. This team that they're going against has 3 sacks, Yeah, they ranked dead last in the league in sacks coming into this game.
Maybe overlooked them a little bit?
Could be. I don't know if it's the scheme. I don't know if they've just gotten fortunate along the way. I have no real great answer for it, but we're seeing something you don't often see.
Now it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And that is incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get on the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got Njoku over the middle. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They go play action. Mayfield. They'll roll him out. Oh, it's complete. A diving grab there by Brown. A lot of work to get away and outside of the pocket, but no actual yardage there on the catch. It's 2nd down. Nothing our score with 2 minutes left in the 2nd quarter. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. A pretty nice gain there on the run. Gets it to the 35 after showcasing the agile move. Play action now. Here's Mayfield sliding out of the pocket. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. Able to push his way through and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Play fake. Mayfield. He'll buy some time right. And they'll get this down to the 10. Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. A give. This is Chubb. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the 1st on 3rd. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 1st half. And his kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. Buying time to his left. And for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Ward. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done. So
the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by John Johnson. And a return will stop right around the 25. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Here's 2nd and a yard. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Handoff comes to Chubb. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 5. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 82 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They run. Chubb. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Mayfield looks to throw. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. Now Jackson on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. That leaves him with 3rd and long, which means you got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
Steps away to his left. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off near the 34. And he's just across midfield and down at the 39-yard line. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness, and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback to just throw it. It's bad.
And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by Tavon Young. And the Ravens are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. Being chased out left. And he will finally be taken out of bounds from their own territory. An incredible play on 4th down. Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. To throw is Jackson. Trucks over it. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Forced out to his left. Touchdown! It's complete. Rashad Bateman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
And he's going to get in for the score, and the lead now cut to 14. center now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 105 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. Mayfield on first down. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll bring up a second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Mayfield's throw pulled in by Schwartz.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Second and 8 coming up. And again, it's Chubb. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is indeed good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down. But don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen. And you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Dancing to his left. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. Here's Mayfield. Touchdown, Browns. Austin Hooper. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Just a yard to go here on 2nd down. Jackson. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.